HUMM BABY.
Enjoy this great game.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Change of pace. Turned it over on him at Screwball. A slow one, too.
It was once called the fadeaway. Made popular by Hall of Fame New York Giants legend Christy Mathewson and later used by Carl Hubbell, Warren Spahn, Juan Marichal, and Fernando Valenzuela. It became known as the Screwball. What happened to this insane pitch that supposedly defied all logic by breaking like a curveball thrown by the opposite arm? It's a pitch that has become so rare that when the term screwball is mentioned, we're more likely to think of some of these guys instead of an actual pitch. But what happened to this pitch that would seemingly be a devastating weapon, perfect for the arsenal of many major leaguers? Is it true that it's just too taxing for a pitcher's arm, or is there another reason why the screwball has seemingly gone the way of the dodo? Obviously, to make a baseball break the opposite of what would be natural would require an unusual contortion of the arm that would seem to be extra stressful. However, a 2014 study by the New York Times, with the assistance of a pitcher named Matthew Bartolome, found that the screwball causes no more stress than the standard fastball. However, the widespread belief is that the screwball puts a fierce strain on a pitcher's elbow and should be avoided, and this has helped lead to its extinction. Many screwballers have had injury issues, but honestly, what pitcher hasn't? The pitching motion itself and throwing a ball about as hard as you can over 100 times, putting weird torque on it and weird spin on it, it's not exactly natural. Furthermore, although unsurprisingly, some screwballers have had injury issues, again, as basically every pitcher has at some point, let's look at the careers of some of those who threw it regularly. Carl Hubbell, one of the original screwballers of the game, pitched for 16 years and had 260 complete games. Granted, he had serious arm issues after retirement, but what do you expect after 3,500 innings pitched? And remember, back then, starting pitchers were expected to finish every game. You had Fernando Valenzuela in a 17-year career. He started 424 games, while screwballer and 1974 Cy Young Award winner Mike Marshall threw it for 14 years, accumulating 1,386 innings. His own documentation shows that he threw the screwball about 39% of the time.
The first baseman, he's gone all the way for the Dodgers. For the National League tonight. Here it is, right to Garvey, the most valuable player. He's got the ball. 3 up and 3 down. The National League has won its 11th game of the last 12.
So if it really doesn't cause extreme stress on the arm any more than any other pitch, why don't we see it as much? Aside from the fact that it's perceived as extra stressful, it could also be for the simple reason that it doesn't break as sharply or as hard as a normal curve, or as a normal slider or cutter for that matter, and it's difficult to throw and control. In fact, the original nickname, the fadeaway, might be a better designation. The pitch would certainly take a batter by surprise if he isn't aware that the pitcher possesses such an ability, but in today's game, scouting reports are everywhere, iPads are in the dugout, hitting coaches brief the players on what every pitcher has to offer, and the hitters themselves are more knowledgeable about what to expect and how to attack it. A pitch that breaks like a curveball, but in the opposite direction as expected, except not breaking quite as hard, wouldn't be that difficult for today's hitters to handle if they're expecting it. However, as a surprise weapon that is only rarely thrown, perhaps in a pitcher's count like 0-2 or 1-2, it could be something in a pitcher's back pocket, such as here with Oliver Drake. There are some recent pitchers to try it out. Even Yu Darvish has a pitch that seems to break like a screwball. Others include Hector Santiago and Tampa Bay Rays prospect Brent Honeywell.
Difference. That's a big difference in an adjustment for a hitter as you see he strikes out on that.
Is that it? Did we just see it there?
Unfortunately, Honeywell has had to have a couple of surgeries, which may or may not have had to do with the screwball, but it will definitely be perceived as having something to do with it. I personally love the idea of a pitch that can break the opposite direction of what would be expected as natural by the batter. Unfortunately, the pitch typically won't break as hard as a regular breaking pitch, and therefore, if a hitter is used to seeing it and expecting it, will probably be able to barrel it up. However, as a rare anomaly or surprise secret weapon, it could be something we see in baseball for years to come, even if another Carl Hubbell or Fernando Valenzuela never shows up again with the screwball. as one of their primary pitches. Let me know what you think of this pitch and if pitchers should be afraid to throw it nowadays because of injury, or if it should be in the arsenal of more big leaguers, especially since modern hitters haven't seen it as much. I hope you enjoyed this brief look back at a pitch that has fallen out of favor in the major leagues, but that I would love to see a little more often, and it's called the screwball. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Really appreciate everybody's support. Keep an eye out for more HUMM Baby Baseball specials, and of course, constant coverage of Major League Baseball, trades, free agents, games, right here on the HUMM Baby Baseball channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we will talk to you next time.